Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm breaking down how much it costs to live in Siargao in the Philippines as a digital nomad. I spent a full month there and tracked all of my expenses, from rent to food to scooter rental to the gym to the SIM card, laundry service, you name it. And if you're thinking about coming here, this video will give you a realistic idea on what to expect. Starting the day here in Siargao, I will go hit the gym, get some food after, and I will show you how much everything costs exactly. Okay, let's start with the biggest expense I had, the accommodation. So I stayed at Lucy's home, it's in Katangan, and it was 25,000 pesos, which is around $442 a month, or about 378 euros per month. We have everything what we need. We have a table, we have a bed, we even have another mattress so someone else could stay here for a while. We have the kitchen, a fridge. I mean, I didn't really use it. Other stuff you can put there. And then a toilet with a broken seat. And then a shower. It was quite okay. I thought it's cool that it's in a really local neighborhood, like only Filipinos stayed next to me, which was pretty cool, and they were super friendly. And I had air conditioning, of course. I had amazingly good Wi-Fi, which was super good for me because the co-working spaces and cafes didn't really have good Wi-Fi. So it was amazing for me that the homestay I stayed at had really fast Wi-Fi. So my next big expense was a scooter. I paid around 7,500 pesos a month for the scooter, which is about $130 for a month, or about 113 euro a month for a scooter, which is quite okay, I would say. But I would definitely recommend getting a scooter there because it's great to go around. Of course, there are like tuk-tuks everywhere. You just have to wait for 2 minutes and there will be a tuk-tuk you can go with. I really recommend going up the north by scooter and exploring the north of Siargao, because that's, for me, it was the most amazing part. So it's really worth it to get a scooter just to go around quickly, easy, yeah. So the next expense I had was the gym, of course. I went to Prime Fitness. It's really in the center of General Luna, and I paid 2,000 pesos a month for it, which is really affordable. And the gym was pretty nice. I guess I had everything I needed. They had like also nice machines for the back. They had a T-bar. I mean, of course, bench pressing, squatting, everything you need. And for the girls, they also had a hip thrust machine. So I paid 2,000 pesos, and that's around $35 a month. So that's totally worth it. They don't have a gym there with AC, which I prefer, but they don't have it there. But Prime Fit is the way to go, I would say. I can't complain. The machines are also pretty new, so they're really smooth. Yeah, I can't really complain. The 2,000 pesos, it's around 30 euro a month. That's pretty decent. Okay, I just finished my workout session. Now it's time to get some food. I will show you a restaurant where you can choose your food, and it's quite affordable. So for me personally, one really big expense was food, because the food in the Philippines is quite expensive compared to other places like Thailand or Indonesia, where I'm right now actually. And as I'm eating quite a lot of food and I really look after my protein intake, I spend quite a lot on food. Many times I went to Undocs, which is like a fast food chicken place, where you could get like half a chicken for $3, for around $3. And that's where I went to quite often, because everything else was really expensive. Also, if you go to the local places, Curvada is a pretty famous place, like many people know Curvada, where you can choose the food you want. Even if you go there and you get a lot of meat, it's getting quite expensive. I paid like 500 pesos one day there when I've got a decent, really big amount of meat, which is about $9. That's why I went to the fast food place quite often. But yeah, if you like nice food like bread and avocado and eggs or more Western food, it's getting pretty expensive if you want to eat that 3 times a day or 2 times a day. Actually, food is my biggest expense. I've just calculated and looked up how much I spent. And apparently food is quite a big expense. I've spent around 51,000 peso for a month on food, which is about 772 euro for a month, which is about $900 a month on food. Like I said, that expense, you can really go lower if you don't eat as much. And another thing you can do, of course, to spend even less on food is having a kitchen and preparing, I mean, at least your breakfast at home. But I really hate cooking, I'm not into that, and I rather go out and, yes, spend my money on eating out. But yeah, you can really reduce your spending if you just go and cook for yourself in the morning. Next expense was co-working spaces. Okay, I just got all my stuff. Now it's time to get some work done. Let's go. As I work remotely, I rely on good internet connection. But like I said before, the co-working spaces there didn't really had good Wi-Fi. So if it's super important for you to have super fast Wi-Fi, I have to tell you, Siargao is not the place to go. Even if I went to like the most famous co-working space, the Coco space, it's up in the hills. It has a great view. It looks amazing, but the Wi-Fi sucks. It sometimes stops working just for like 2 seconds and then it goes back working normal again. But I have to download really big files, sometimes like 50 gigabytes, and then I download it, work some stuff, and after, I don't know, 20 minutes, I look at the download and it stopped, and I have to download it again, and then I work again, I look it up and it stopped again, and that was constantly the pain. So I couldn't really stay there to download my stuff while working on something else and then working on the stuff I've downloaded. So the co-workings, they weren't for me. Then, of course, there are some small expenses I had. The SIM card I had to buy at the beginning, but it was super cheap. I don't even remember that correctly anymore, but it was super cheap, so it doesn't really count. Then, of course, for laundry, there's some laundry services, and you always have to pay for like one bag, and it doesn't matter if it's 3 or 5 kilos. It's up to 7 kilos and it was about 260 pesos, which is about 4 euros per load or $4.60. And I think I did that every 10 days, I would say. So that's another additional cost of, let's say, $15 a month for my laundry. And of course, if you go out and party and drink alcohol, for example, of course, that's a big expense too. Also, because you can party every day in Siargao, there's always another party where you can go to. And if you drink all the time, it's getting expensive. But as I don't drink any alcohol, there was no expense for me. And then, of course, if you do some day trips, go out with a boat. Like one time, that's another expense actually. One time we went out with a boat and did some snorkeling, and the boat was about 1,500 pesos for the day, which is about $26 or 23 euros. And then I did the Siargao loop with John, which was super cheap, and for what we got, it was amazing. So big recommendation to do the Siargao loop with John. I can give you his Instagram in the link in my bio, so you can check it out and ask him for the Siargao loop. It's super affordable and really nice to do. I think I've paid 1,800 pesos for it, which is about 27 euro or 32 US dollars. So it's really worth it. Go there. So yeah, I would say that's all the expenses I had. So we have the accommodation, we have scooter, Of course, you have to put gas in the scooter, but gas also is really cheap there. We can add another maybe $10 a month for gas, or $15. It's really cheap, it's really affordable there. My total, if I calculated everything correctly, is about 1,400 euro a month, which is about $1,650 a month for staying in Siargao. If you live a quite decent life, you don't really look too much about your money. I hope this video gave you a little overview on a clearer picture of how much everything costs there. And if you're planning to come to Siargao, you can leave a comment below and ask me questions, whatever you want to know, and I'm gonna answer all the comments down below. And if you've already been to Siargao, it would really interest me on how much you spent there. You can also comment that down below. So if you like the video, please comment down below, like the video, and what really helps me if you subscribe to the channel. If you want to know more about other places, I'm in Lombok right now, and I'm gonna do the same video for Lombok, so you can imagine on how much you will spend here. I hope you really enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.